Welcome to Mondays with Mark. If you're watching on Facebook, please share our program so all your friends can watch along with you. And if you're watching on YouTube, be sure and subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss a Mondays with Mark. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Mondays with Mark and Colleen and Philip. And this week over at marklowry.com, we have the bobbleheads for $10 plus shipping. Bobbleheads, you can get as many as you need over at marklowry.com. And also, we want you to show us your shirts. If you have purchased, if you've purchased a shirt from marklowry.com, take the funniest picture you can in your Mark Lowry t-shirt. And we know you're at home, so you can get creative. And send it to, where did she say to send it to? Pictures at marklowry.com. And we will pick the funniest. We may show them all because we probably won't get that many. Be as creative as you can. Well, hello, everybody. Hey. Welcome to Mondays with Mark. Sing with us. Ready? Here we go. What a wonderful change in my life has been wrought since Jesus came into my heart. I have light in my soul for which long I had sought since Jesus came into my heart. Since Jesus came into my heart. Since Jesus came into my heart. Floods of joy o'er my soul like the sea billows roll. Since Jesus came into my heart. Learn the second verse. I have ceased from my wandering and going astray. Since Jesus came into my heart. And my sins, which were many, are all washed away. Since Jesus came into my heart. Since Jesus came into my heart. Since Jesus came into my heart. Floods of joy o'er my soul like the sea billows roll. Since Jesus came into my heart. All right, everybody, let's sing I Shall Go There to Dwell in That City I Know. Ready? I shall go there to dwell in that city I know, since Jesus came into my heart. And I'm happy, so happy as onward I go, since Jesus came into my heart. Since Jesus came into my heart. Since Jesus came into my heart. Floods of joy o'er my soul like the sea billows roll. Since Jesus came into my heart. Hey everybody, welcome to Mondays with Mark. Let's look over here and see who's with us. I'm so glad you're here. Look, 1,350 of you are already here.
Welcome.
I hope you're singing with us. You listen, you don't have to sing all that great. We're not the best, but we're here. We showed up, and we're glad you're here. Look at this. I needed this today. Well, Beth, Colleen, Bellamy, I needed it too. Thank you for being here. You're welcome, Tracy Stevens Maring. We love doing it. Love from Cadillac. Hello, Karen McBride, Brody from Pittsburgh, Pat Killinger, Joyce Martin Green, Dale Jones. Hello, everybody coming in, all of you. Thank you so much for spending this Monday night with us. I shall go there to dwell in that city I know, since Jesus came into my heart. And And I'm happy, so happy, as onward I go, since Jesus came into my heart. Since Jesus came into my heart. Since Jesus came into my heart. They're singing in the Netherlands. Floods of joy o'er my soul, like the sea billows roll. Since Jesus came into my heart. Well, it's me, Mark, here, Colleen, Philip. Philip, how's everything going with you?
Everything's going good.
Let me make sure we can hear you. What?
Everything's going good. It's all the same.
I got Philip a good old mind. It's all the same, huh?
Yeah. It's all,
Well, the airlines, he's a flight attendant. The airlines, they're what? They're kind of empty, aren't they?
It's kind of empty right now, but
it looks like
it's going to get better.
It looks like it's getting better. People are starting to
get better.
Book flights for later in the year, so that's good. And Colleen?
Yeah, I'm just doing the same. Yeah, I've been still working on my retirement papers. I ran into a little snag, and it's kind of I've had to wait. Since HR.
Come this way a little bit.
Since HR's closed, they're not there.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Since they're not there, I'm having to do everything via email and waiting on people to get back with me. So it's like been a kind of a snag in getting my papers sent in, but hopefully.
So you can finally retire?
So I can be done. Yeah, have it all in and ready to be finished by May 31st. We had a meeting today, and my principal said, could we do that Zoom thing?
Yeah.
And he said, Miss Katay, you look like you're ready to retire. I said, yeah, I guess so. I am.
You're sick of all these Zoom meetings?
I'm sick of all these meetings.
I did Zoom the other day with my family.
I saw, yeah.
My brother and aunts and uncles, about 9 of us from all over the country. It really is a wonderful thing if you've never done it. And also, I want to remind you, Andy Andrews is doing a Facebook Live, and he's on YouTube also. I think Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday this week at 12:15. Put it in your calendars. I want to pull this down a little bit. I don't like being right in the middle of the screen like that. I don't want to be too. See, I'm trying to learn to get my setting right, y'all.
After all these years.
After all these years, I'm still seeing things wrong.
Oh my! Well,
But Andy Andrews, 12:15. Jimmy Yeary and Sonia. Hey, Jimmy, if you're watching, I've got the name of your show. It ought to be Jimmy and Sonia, like Porter and Dolly. Remember Porter Wagner and Dolly Parton? That's you and Sonia. Jimmy Yeary and Sonia show, or something like that. And if she don't show up, you just find you another little girl. That's what they did back in those days. They were called little girl singers. Well, Dolly Parton turned out to be a major mega star, but they were little girl singers. Here's our little girl singer coming up to the microphone now.
I've never
Colleen,
heard that.
you little girl singer.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, that's funny. Little girl singers.
Thank you all. Let's see who else here. Connie Musgrave. Anybody want to hear us? I went on Zoom. What? Hold on, slow down. Pauline, Teresa Pickering. I went on Zoom with 12 family members at a time last week. Isn't it cool that you can do that? Great shirt, Mark. See, we kind of match.
We do.
Colleen said we had to kind of match, so we kind of match. Hello, everybody coming in. Nancy Wallace, Sylvia Barthlow. All right, let's sing that next song we got ready for y'all, which we rehearsed about 5 minutes for showtime. I have found a friend in Jesus, he's everything to me. He's the fairest of 10,000 to my soul. The lily of the valley, in him alone I see. All I need to cleanse and make me fully whole. In sorrow he's my comfort, in sorrow he's my comfort. In trouble he's my stay. He tells me every care on him to roll. He's the lily of the valley, the bright and morning star. He's the fairest of 10,000 to my soul. He will never, never leave me, nor yet forsake me here, while I live by faith and do his blessed will. Oh, wall of fire about me, I've nothing now to fear. With this manna he my hungry soul shall fill. Come on, Colleen! Then sweeping up to glory to see his blessed face, where rivers of delight shall ever roll. Hallelujah! He's the lily of the valley, the bright and morning star. He's the fairest of 10,000 to my soul. That's it.
Yeah.
Play it, baby. Play it, Philip. In sorrow he's my comfort. In sorrow he's my comfort. In trouble he's my stay. He tells me every care on him to roll. Hallelujah. He's the lily of the valley, the bright and morning star. He's the fairest of 10,000 to my soul. And I want to tell you that after Mondays with Mark tonight, go over to the Dinner Conversations Facebook page or the YouTube page, and you will get to see Andrew and myself interview Lisa Welchel. You remember her from, wasn't it The Facts of Life or something like that? Oh, you didn't get to have a TV. That's right.
I don't think I.
Lisa
I mean,
Welchel.
I heard of the show, yeah, but I don't really remember watching it. Yeah.
She didn't know you either.
Okay. Well, too bad for her.
No, but she's going to be on, and then Ian Crone of the Enneagram, which they say I'm a 7, but I have no idea still what that means. But it's going to be fun. We'll be over there. And it's a conversation, y'all. You may not like it. You may not agree with it. You may think it's the occult. We'll say so. You know, just don't get upset because we want to have the conversation, because we're going to have the conversation with you or without you. I hope it's with you, because that's what the world needs to start doing anyway, is conversing. Anyway, here's a little clip. What?
Oh, I was going to go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, to clarify about Mondays, no Mondays, because I just saw somebody say that about you not being on Monday morning.
This morning at 10 a.m., I decided about 9:30 when I was still in my robe. I thought, I don't want to do it twice. I love doing it. I love this. But we got this, right? Mm-hmm. And then I'll have tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., Wednesday morning at 10 a.m., Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm going to go ahead and do Sunday at 10 a.m. this coming Sunday, because my church goes from 9 to 10, and then I'll come on right after that and critique the sermon. Amen!
So no more 2 o'clock on Sunday.
No 2 o'clock on Sunday. Going to be 10, 10, 10, 10. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. No Monday, except Monday night, 7 p.m. Mondays with Mark. Mm-hmm. When you looks like your glasses are blue.
They do look blue.
Why is that? Hold on a second.
They're kind of turquoise, actually, but
I want to see where this thing is right here. Do I? Oh, because I have the green screen on. I figured that. Now they look green.
Now.
Yeah.
See, I had the green screen on from yesterday.
Well, that would have looked like I had a new pair of glasses.
It looked like you had blue. And I bet someone was saying, I sure like those blue ones better than those green ones. I'm glad you finally got rid of those green ones. I didn't like those green ones, but I like these blue ones.
That's
Hello, good evening, Barbara Sultan, Dunaway, Bland. Man, you got 4 names. I only got 3. Mark Allen Lowry.
I only had 2.
You only got...
I don't have a middle name. My mother didn't give us a middle name.
But you've been married a couple of times, so that gave you a couple of names. We can never get overdosed on Mark. Well, thank you, Patsy Easterling Sturry. I was busy. Thought I missed you. Only found a rerun. Well, I'm glad you watched the rerun. Yeah, y'all, I've got reruns on YouTube going back to 2006. I was on YouTube before anybody ever knew about YouTube. 2006. That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
To have, I was putting
I've
videos
said
up.
you're before your time.
That's
This whole time you've been
14
since all this has been happening.
years.
I've always loved gadgetry and all that stuff.
You have.
Let's see. Okay. Hey, Hannah, Heather Reeves, Lucy Ross. Oh, we already talked to her. Hello, Mark and friends. Scotty Belt. Hey, Scotty Belt. Pat Rice, Carol Emily. What happened to you this morning? Well, if I just told you, Carol. Now, Carol, you're going to have to pay attention, hon. Don't just come in and start asking questions when I've already answered. Now, sit up. Pay attention, Carol. I'm going to not do Monday mornings anymore. I'm still going to do Tuesday morning, 10 a.m., Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But since we do Monday nights, what you're watching right now, we're live on YouTube, Facebook, and supposedly Twitter, but I don't know if that's going through or not. I don't see anybody watching. We got 439 watching on YouTube, 1,324 watching on my fan page, and Dinner Conversations has 53. And I thank you all for tuning in. Well,
You were going to go talking about dinner conversations.
oh yeah, that's
when
right. That's right. Thank you. See, she doesn't have ADD. And she helps me. Oh, okay, here we go. Here's a little, what you'll see, a little bit, kind of a preview of tonight. At 8 p.m. on YouTube, Facebook, the Dinner Conversations page. I think Elisa Welchel, some virtuous, lovely, beautiful, kind person. But you said.
Well, you said you were one of the few child stars that made it out.
That weren't destroyed by
right.
the
And I
fame
said, I just kept my stuff secret.
And you said God is teaching you.
That God is teaching me that He's really not threatened by my sin, mistakes, mess ups, the things that I had avoided for so long, fearing that it would in some way say that I don't love Him enough to obey Him. And it's only been in the last decade where I've been able to rest into it's not about performance or behavior to gain His love, which then of course translates to my own love for myself or anybody else's acceptance.
You're literally trying to achieve God's love.
Is this a spiritual thing?
Well, yeah, I mean, totally. So what the Enneagram does is it reveals, here's this beautiful piece of you, and here's where it can go south. So it's interesting, Calvin, this is what actually put me on the track of one of the reasons when I read this line. He said, without knowledge of self, there is no knowledge of God.
Which, if we're the bearers of the image of God, that would make sense.
Right, 'cause what Calvin was saying is like, if you want to know about God, what is the closest primary source of information available to you to do it? You.
Well, when lower. We're gonna do one for you. Hold on, it's for John Newell. When the a little lower. What key is that?
B flat.
Go to F. When the trumpet of the Lord shall sound and time shall be no more, and the morning breaks eternal, bright and fair, when the saved of earth shall gather over on the other shore, and the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. When the roll is called up yonder, 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 I'll be there. Well, I saw the light, I saw the light, no more in darkness, no more in night. Now I'm so happy, no sorrow inside. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. Somebody recommended that one. Y'all, someone wants to know, be blessed. You must be new, be blessed. This is Colleen. And this is Philip. Be there. These are friends of mine from long time back. And they live in Houston and have been coming on Monday nights to help me entertain y'all. And now that we're hunkered down, now that we are all hunkering down, we got to write a song called Well, we're hunkering down. We are hunkering down. Oh, we don't get around no more. We're hunkering down. And we never leave town.
Never leave town.
Since we're hunkering down.
Since we're hunkering down.
And we'll get back to you when we quit hunkering down. Okay, that's another one. I made up another one yesterday. I want to write a new hunkering down song every day. So tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., make sure you're here with me. It'll just be me and you. I check in on you. This is my, what day? This is like the 35th day, I think, or 36th day. And since I didn't check in this morning, checking in tonight counts. So I hope you're doing okay. I hope you've been hunkering down. Let's see what else y'all have to say. Oh, good, Pastor Tim Kuhn. I'm on Twitter. I'm so glad. I'm glad it went through to Twitter. I couldn't tell if it was going through or not. What other songs y'all want to hear? Patricia Barber, what does this even mean, 111A? And then 35. What are y'all doing? Are y'all bots? Are y'all bots? Are y'all computers coming here to make me think we have an audience? I was talking to them this yesterday morning. I said, what if y'all are all just bots? And that I'm in an insane asylum, and this is how they keep me from bothering the other patients. They tell me I have a show, and I come in every day and I sing behind a green screen, and everybody these computers are sending me messages about how wonderful I am.
That's
I appreciate it.
a
I know
crazy world.
I'm a crazy human. I am sure you're not bots, but maybe some of you. Oh, what a lovely name, the name of Jesus, reaching higher far than the brightest star, sweeter than the songs they sing in heaven, evermore proclaim. What a lovely name. What a lovely name. Oh, what a lovely name. The name of Jesus. We need Vestal. That's too high.
Oh, Lord.
Can you hit that? Man, remember when she had pierced that? And it's sweeter than all the songs they sing in heaven. Let the world proclaim what a lovely name. I still don't know what 11A means, Patricia Barber. Are you drunk, honey? Because you got stuck on 11A. I don't know what it means. Go, Mark, sing it. Thank you, Rose Dyer. That's when I was probably squeeching out those high notes.
Sounded like
Okay,
Vestal.
what else? Sounded like Vestal. Dina Clow, you're crazy. I don't know. Oh, remember that little boy that sounded like Vestal? There was a little, what was his name? A redheaded boy. Now he's grown up. But there was a little kid there for a while that was at all the concerts. And he could sing just like Vestal. Somebody will know his name and tell me. And
Somebody
can you
where's
sing?
your hanky?
Oh, where's my hanky? Oh, Robin Renee wants this one. Well, when the saints go marching in, when the saints go marching in, Lord, I want to be in that number. When the saints go marching marching in, and when the saints go marching in, Lord, I want to be in that number when the saints go marching in. That was fun. Oh, but what else?
Oh, rugged cross, great
On
thou art.
on a hill. Man, I feel like Ernie Ford, Tennessee, far away stood an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and shame. And I love that old cross where the dearest and best for a world of lost sinners were slain. Sing the chorus. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. Crown. I love that song. To the old rugged cross I will ever be true. Its shame and reproach gladly bear. Then he'll call me someday to my home far away, where his glory forever I'll share. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. Have you enjoyed them tonight? Almost spilled my water again. And exchange it someday for a crown. If you get one, that'd be nice. I used to think, well, how do you know you're going to get one? I just hope not hope. I'm getting in. Baptists, we know that we know that we know. And the Pentecostals think God's got a piece of chalk in one hand and an eraser in the other. You get it? No, they know. They know they're sick. You can't become unborn. Everybody knows that. Well, y'all, what do we want to do now? Explain the copyright issue. Well, Dennis, some of the copyright owners will not allow you to sing their songs. I mean, they will just flat shut you down. And that's what I was told, and that's what I still believe. And Sweet, Sweet Spirit just happened to be one of them, unfortunately. Twice it did that to me.
Sweet, Sweet Spirit.
Yeah. So I say I don't have to sing it. mean, I'm for sharing the copyright, sharing the,
A.M.
what?
11 a.m.
11 a.m.?
I guess that's what they're saying.
About what?
11:11. I guess when somebody was asking about 11, we're getting on to the person.
Well, I didn't mean to get on to anybody.
Well,
Did I get on to somebody?
was he rebuking?
Who did I rebuke, Trisha Walter? No. Who did I rebuke now? Please forgive me.
I think they were saying
I'm
11.
on at 10. Did I say 11? I don't know. Trisha, we need more. 11 a.m. What does that mean, Trisha Walter?
11 a.m. Maybe that she's saying.
I don't know. See, I love that we're having a old rugged cross mark. I sang that Nobody Important. Why would you have that as your name? Nobody Important. I have mine on my Facebook. I think on my private one, I think it's Too Old to Care. I don't know why I did that, which wasn't true, but I did. I don't know why.
Too old to care.
Yeah, I was feeling kind of weird at the time. I guess.
Goodness.
Where's your hanky? I know I need that Rosemarie Holtz, my Vestal hanky. Remember how she always had a looking for city where looking for a city that where we'll never die. There with all the millions, never say goodbye. There to meet my loved ones and my Savior too. Come, O Holy Spirit, all my hopes renew. And then they just kept singing, getting higher and higher. Remember that? Vestal Goodman and Johnny Cook. And they kept going higher and higher and higher. Woo!
Yep.
Andrew said we sound good tonight.
Oh, well, thanks, Andrew. Andrew Greer. He'll be there. He'll be there at 8 o'clock along with me. That's in 30 minutes on the Dinner Conversations YouTube page. You got to go there, not the Facebook page. I think that's right. Isn't that right, Andrew? Let's see if he's really listening. Let's see if he's really listening. Isn't that right, Andrew? Go to the YouTube page. Let's see if he answers on Colleen's phone. Oh, someone wants to hear, what about Little is Much? Hello, Pamela Grant.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, that's right, YouTube page. Dinner Conversations with Mark Lowry and Andrew Greer. The Dinner Conversations page. In the harvest field, now ripen, there's a work for all to do. Hark, the Master's voice is calling to the harvest, calling you. Little is much when God is in it. Labor not for wealth or fame. There's a crown. There's a crown, and you can win it. And you can win it if you'll go in Jesus' name. What's the next verse saying? It is the cross. You're called to labor. It is great if God is in it, and He'll not forsake His own. Little is much when God is in it. You don't know this? Labor not for wealth or fame. There's a crown, and you can win it if you'll go in Jesus' name. Isn't that a pretty one?
It's pretty. It is pretty.
Can you sing one of your songs, Mark? Well, let's see. I didn't write Big Booger Blues, but I sang that in college. I got the big booger blues, the big booger blues, do you? It's just best that we don't. Oh, that's terrible.
I've never
Okay,
heard
what's
that
one that I'll see. What's one that I wrote? When money can't buy a solution. And I can't begin to tell you the chords of this. And plans can't find a way. When what's worked before doesn't work anymore. And words have nothing to say. When tears are flowing like rivers, your heart is breaking in two. It seems when you pray, God is so far away. There's still one thing you can do. Rest in the arms of the everlasting one. Rest in the care of God's ever-loving Son. When all you can do has already been done, rest in the arms of God. I hear all those chords in my head, but who wrote that music? Cheryl Rogers wrote that music. And she's got some weird chords going on. And they're in my head, but I couldn't tell you what they are. But you can Google it. You can go to YouTube if you want to hear how it's supposed to sound.
What's the title?
Rest in the Arms. And then do you know this? Holy, 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 Lord God Almighty, early in the morning my song shall rise to thee. Holy, 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 merciful and mighty, God in three persons, blessed Trinity. Y'all never sang that one, did you? You never sang that one, you United Pentecostal Oneness. God in three persons, blessed Trinity. There. I think they were asking if it was 11 a.m. Yes, it is 11 a.m. Eastern Time. That's right. Thank you for making that clear, Danette Harris. It's 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central tomorrow morning and every morning except Monday. And I don't know what time it is in Japan. I love it. I love how Michael W. Smith, he's going Facebook Live, but you'd think it was the biggest blowout. He has the best image builders because it'll say Japan, Eastern 11, Central 10, and then he has Japan and India, and he takes good advantage of how this Facebook reaches around the world. Mm-hmm. Of course, I just think we're reaching Indiana.
Silly.
Hello, Indiana.
You've reached India.
We got India out here. What did the girls? Hey, Judy Campman, the first night of the whole quarantine that my harem has not made dinner. Isn't that right, Philip?
Yep.
Philip sneaks over here and eats with the harem.
Yep.
Well, I'm busy on Monday, so.
Well, there's more than just one of you.
Well, I know.
I mean, there's four. There's three others that failed me tonight.
Uh-oh.
Amen. No. Someone said, "What does it mean a harem?" It's 4 friends that cook during the quarantine.
Yeah.
And I'm so blessed, and I've named them my harem. Colleen sounds good on Vestal's part. Say thank you, Colleen.
Oh, thank you.
Valerie Simmons said you sound good. You could at least not be so stuck up.
I didn't know I was singing
Here
her
you
part.
are. You've been on YouTube about a year, and you've already got the big head. Can't even say thank you, Valerie.
No, I appreciate all the compliments and the comments.
Thank you, Valerie Simmons. You guys sound great. You know who else is, thank you, Dinah Niemeyer. You know who else I love to hear is Jeff and Sherry Easter. You got to go follow them too. They go live all the time. And I asked Jeff today, I said, do you go live at a certain time? He said, just whenever I get a whim. And he is so funny.
He is funny.
He is funny. Oh, Pearly Sassy. How long have we gone? 40 minutes. Pearly Sassy wants to hear one of my favorites. Hi, Pearly. I love your name, Pearly.
I like that name.
Sassy.
That
Isn't a great
is. I
name?
love that name.
She is got to be in the South somewhere. Well, sing it. Let's do a little Because He Lives for Pearly Sassy. Because, no, a little higher. And because He lives, I can face tomorrow. Because He lives, all fear is gone. All fear is gone. Because I know He holds the future. My life is worth the living just because He lives. Boy, isn't that the truth?
That is.
What else? Thank you. Thank you all for your kind words you see when you do. Mark, I used to see you when you did your own comedy. Can you believe that? Rose Dyer. Yeah, I never really meant to do comedy. It's just I had to do something between the songs. While the little old man at the back of the church would change the soundtracks, you know. And I had to do something, you know, so I started telling stories. Hey, Laura, love the songs, love your sweet voice and sweet spirit. Thank you, Laura. We thank you for tuning in with us. 2,025 of y'all. Thank you so much.
That's great.
I hope you've subscribed over there on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. And if you're watching on Facebook, please share these programs with your followers, and so we can hopefully bless them too, and they'll sing along with us. Maybe they remember some of these songs. Well, I saw the light, I saw the light, no more of darkness, no more of night. Now I'm so happy, no sorrow inside. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you tune in next Monday night, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Don't you have Dusty on?
Huh?
Don't you have Dusty
Oh my
on?
gosh, y'all. I have totally forgot poor Dusty. Dusty, we're not done,
We're
y'all.
not done.
Thank you, Colleen. Dear Lord, have mercy. I've enjoyed some. I forgot my sweet Dusty Wells. Y'all, here's Dusty. Oh. So I'm sitting here in my studio / bedroom / office with my green screen that makes me feel like I'm in Hawaii. And if I pull this down, you realize I just didn't make my bed. But Dusty, I hate to tell you this, but it was supposed to be the Lanny Wolf Trio here tonight on Mondays with Mark.
Okay, you know what? That just, that's one of my heroes right there. Those are my heroes musically. Them and the Rambos.
The Corona, I know, they're amazing. And I was looking forward to it. And when they told me that they had to cancel because of the coronavirus, I thought, who can replace the Lanny Wolf Trio? And the only person that came to my mind was Dusty Wells. So
let me tell you,
I
can
sing
every one of their songs just like you could probably too.
Do you hear that applause?
Yeah, one person.
What?
Okay, there's a few there.
Yeah. So Dusty, when I think of you, I think of an encourager. someone who encourages people, someone who loves to encourage people. I think of, well, now you're the A&R director over at Daywind, correct?
Yeah, I sure am. Artist and label relationships, and it's been 2 months, and I am loving it. Of course, everything kind of come to a standstill, but it has been a great 2 months. Yeah, great artist, great people. I'm having the time of my life.
Well, I know you've got wonderful artists. Norman Holland used to have that job.
Yes.
Our dear friend. So tell me this: where do you want to take the label?
You know, I want to continue with the great legacy, of course. And you and I, we've talked about this before. Norman was a huge. I didn't know Norman like you did. I mean, I would see him at events, and I knew he was a fan of the different artists that I was a fan of. And we talked, and we'd go out to dinner every now and then. But I didn't have the kind of friendship that you had. But I always admired him. In fact, I did an interview this week with Singing News and CCM, and one of the things they said is, who are some of your influences for A&R people? And Norman is at the top of my list. Him and Phil Johnson, Bob McKenzie, numerous, Susan Riley. There's people, but Norman was right at the top of the list because he had such a heart for great heart music and great artistry, and he knew how to combine that and make it work. And I want to carry on some of that. I want to see us branch out and do some things in the little bit more inspirational category, but I still want to keep it top notch, cream of the crop, Southern gospel. But I can see us doing some different things, and so I want to go back and do some of those projects that Norman was so good. You know, I think back about one of his greatest records was Heirloom with Candy Hemphill.
I was just thinking the same thing when you first said that. I remember that with Tanya Goodman, Candy Christmas.
Yep.
And
Sherry Easter.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
And what a project that was. And Norman had a way of doing event projects. You know, he just knew how to do records that and projects that touch the heart, because he knew the power of the song. That's what I've known from the time I was 14 years old, knowing about true heart music. And the people who led me to the Lord, introducing me to heart music. So Daywind has always been known for great artistry and music. I want to carry that on, and I want to add just the Dusty Wells touch a little bit to it.
Well, you know, Dusty, when you were on my little show last, we were just a tiny little show.
Oh, yeah.
And so, and now we're just a little bit bigger. And so not everybody may remember your testimony and what music has done for you. Give us the cliff notes of that testimony. And if you want to hear the long version, go back to the time he was on before. Just search for Dusty Wells in the YouTube or Facebook thing, I guess. I know on YouTube it'll do it. So tell me this. Tell everybody how music touched you and really brought you to Jesus.
Yeah, I was a 14-year-old kid. I lived in a housing development for widows, divorcees, people on welfare. My mom was married 7 times, and just a life of abuse and junk and garbage. And I do not blame my mother for any of that. She was a product of her own environment and what her life had been like. But Mark, one Saturday afternoon, I was 14 years old, February of 1972, a precious couple came down. I don't know. Can you still see me?
Yes, I see you.
Okay. All right.
I just put you on the screen by yourself.
Okay. A precious couple, Keith and Sharon Johns, came to the 17 Collingwood Circle, which was a part of the Twin Falls Housing Authority. And they started doing what people used to do called door knocking. And they knocked on the door, and I came to the door, and they asked me if I wanted to go to Sunday school on a big church bus. And I didn't know what Sunday school was. But what I did know, Mark, I saw that they had something in their eyes and their smiles that I loved and that I craved. I was a miserable kid. Well, this couple, they started bringing me to church on Sunday. And then they took time to step out of their comfort zone, and they started inviting me to their home with their 2 kids. I mean, they were in their 30s. They had their own lives. They were busy. Both of them worked, but they'd take me to their house on Sunday afternoon and would eat dinner, and then we'd all go in the living room. They didn't have a TV, but what they had a stereo with a bunch of records, and they would put those records up. And while they'd nap, I'd sit there, I'd look at the record covers, and I'd see this little lady with a big old hairdo and a big old curl coming down. And I'd hear these songs like, "For I'm sheltered in the arms of God," or "I love the thrill that I feel when I get together with God's wonderful people." And I'd listen to these songs. I didn't know anything about the artist, but I didn't know Southern gospel. I loved pop music, but I knew there was something different and precious about this music. And I started asking what music it was. I started following them. Asked my mom for my 16th birthday for some records, some gospel music. And Mark, she went to the store. She went to a Kmart store, and she came home. I didn't know who to ask for. I remember looking and seeing who they were, but I didn't think about asking for. She came home with the Rambos, the Lanny Wolf Trio, and the Downings. All of them were live records that I had
All my
listened to.
favorites.
Oh, I would listen to them over and over. And fast forward, I ended up moving to Portland, Oregon, and getting married, working at a Christian bookstore. I met the Rambos. And here it is, 40 years later, I've gotten to work with every one of them. Spent 18 years with Dottie, Reba, and Buck.
Yeah.
And have been a dear friend to Lanny and Marita. I love Dave Peterson, Lori and Gail, and Ann Downing. And this has been my life. This is all I ever wanted to do, was help get the music out there to people's lives, because it touched my life. It impacted my life. I am a product of what you artists are all about.
And you know what, Dusty, I will tell you, I have never seen anybody more consistent in their I mean, I've never seen you really down. I'm sure you get down, but you are really good at really being an encouragement. I love following you on Instagram. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the main one, isn't it? Instagram?
Yep, Instagram, Facebook, but mainly Instagram, yeah.
Yeah. And if you need to be encouraged, you need a little pick-me-up, a little pep talk in the mornings, Dusty does that almost every morning.
Yeah. It's, I take it real serious. When social media started back with MySpace,
yes,
I really took it all real serious. I thought, I want to use this as a tool to encourage and minister. I don't have a great voice like Mark or great songs like Lanny. And, Mark, he's written a couple of little hit songs along the way, or Reba and Dottie. But what I do have is I have a life that I've learned to remain positive amidst all the negative. There's a lot of negative stuff, and I've just chosen, I don't live in a hole, but I know that the positive always outweighs the crud and the junk. And I decided that's what I want to use my social media for.
Junk will get immediate attention, but encouragement will get long-term results.
And I feel that, and I love some of the responses I get from people who I don't know, but who have followed me. And I see them growing by following them back, and I see their lives changing, because that's what this is all about. It's being, I don't know if you remember, I read a book years ago, Mark, called Balcony People by Joyce Landorf Heatherly.
Loved her.
Oh, that book impacted my life, because I want to cheer people on. I want to cheer people on. We can all find bad about people. I love that about you. I've known you for so long, and me and you love to get together and laugh and talk. But I've always loved that you said, "No, I don't want to talk bad about people. I don't want to talk bad about people." And I love that. We want to cheer people on. There's enough garbage going on. So that's what you see is what you get with that. Except I do get grouchy and moody at times.
You do?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Well, I'm glad I've never seen. I wouldn't mind. If I saw it, I'd still love you. I just know that big old head is human like everybody else.
Listen, Mr. Fredericks.
I know.
I'll tell this quick story. Mark we moved to Nashville all about the same time. And I've known Mark. Mark, I think we've known each other over 35 years.
Oh, yeah.
We were both young good looking guys. I don't know
Well.
what's happened.
And now we're the old man from the Up movie and Uncle Fester.
Uncle, that's exactly right. I want T-shirts that say Uncle Fester and Mr. Fredericks. I do. So I remember Mark had got a scooter, and he came to the Rambo's office down. We were on West End, and he said, "Dusty, come out here and ride this scooter." And he had an extra helmet, and it was a small helmet. And friends, he shoved that helmet on my head. To this
We
day,
had to butt at the sides, didn't we?
we did. I don't know how we got that helmet on, but I have laughed about that for years because I had a hard time getting that helmet off.
Oh, we've had some good times.
We have. We've been blessed.
Yeah. Well, I hope you're staying safe and you're hunkering down.
I am. I'm sitting out here on my front porch. I'm realizing my lawn needs mowed tomorrow. This is the first time in 5 weeks. It's been about 5 weeks. I go to the office for a little while because of just different things. But a lot of people are working from home. We're all social distancing. I mean, major.
Are you doing the elbow bump?
Oh, yeah. I mean, masks. Levon made me the greatest Wizard of Oz mask. It's all Wizard of Oz fabric, and it looks great. But it's the first time, I went to the grocery store maybe once a week. I have not shopped. And for people who know me, they know I love to shop. I haven't went out to eat, nothing for 5 weeks.
Well, there's nowhere to go. You can't go out to eat.
No, you can. I mean, nowhere. I haven't done anything. And what I've done, I have worked on my book that I've been saying I was going to finish for years. And then the other thing that I've done is I have watched tons of TV, Netflix, which is just silly. But I've watched stupid shows, and that's it.
Did you watch that Tiger King?
Yeah, of course I did.
Is that hysterical?
Crazy. I said it's something I would never watch normally. Never. I watched I think there were 7 or 8 episodes. I watched it in 2 days.
What, Tiger King?
Yes.
Oh, that's great. But isn't it fun to get lost in something like that?
It took my mind off things. I
call that brain candy.
It was wonderful. It was wonderful what I did. Yeah.
Well, every now and then when you're going through a pandemic, you need a little brain candy.
Oh, man, I know, and I needed it.
Hey, Dusty, did I tell you what my maid did to me the other day? Everybody watching knows this, but my maid, she said to me, "Mark, I love you." Now, when they start with that, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
She said, "You've got to comb your hair and put on a nice shirt when you do your live video." She said, "You have 6,000 people watching you." And I thought, honey, there's more than that on Facebook.
That's true. I watch you all the time. The song last Monday night, it was you and Philip on the piano.
Wayne Hahn?
Yes. But the songs you chose that night, I went back to Bethel Temple in Twin Falls, Idaho. I just sat there and cried.
Oh.
There were some good songs.
I love your heart. I love your heart, Dusty Wells.
Well, I love you, and I'm thankful for our many years, what I love to call treasured covenant friendship. And we don't see each other as much as I'd love to, but I love it that when we get together, we just pick up and go on.
Yeah. Well, I love that too, and we've gone 15 minutes, and that's a lot more than I'd have given the Lanny Wolf Trio. So.
No, it's not. I love and adore you. I love your show. I love what you mean to the world. I love how you touch people's hearts and make them. I love that I love just who you are as a friend, but I love how you treat people. I know.
All right, buddy. Will you hold up? I love you too.
All right.
Thank you for tuning in to Mondays with Mark. We'll see you next Monday night, 7 p.m. Central, right here, wherever you saw our program. YouTube, be sure and like us and ring the bell. Facebook, please share our program. And we will see you next Monday night, 7 p.m. Central, for another Mondays with Mark.